we're going to be taking a look at Black Friday sales because they are coming up. So, Phil, you haven't been with us for a while. Would you like to explain why Black Friday is significant for gaming?
Because silly Americans decided to try and force their spending habits on the rest of the world.
I
Yeah.
think that was the best introduction ever. I love that. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everybody has to. I mean, now that's pretty much what you do when you're going through Steam. Now it's basically turned into this process where you go and look for the games that you want, and then just click them on your wish list or write them down, and you just keep waiting for the offer to the offer, whichever one comes along. That eventually you go, yeah, go on, I'll pick that game up now. So
and because Black Friday is not enough, I saw that there's even Cyber Monday
Yep.
as well, just to make it a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
now there's Cyber Monday, yeah. Which both of them tend to start on sometime earlier in the week and extend until 2 weeks later or something like that.
And covers absolutely everything, including sometimes, gaming gear.
That's right.
it's the same with like Boxing Day sales now. I've seen places start doing Boxing Day sales on like the 20th of December and things like that.
Your Boxing Day is on the 20th of December?
No, it's the 26th, but basically shops have now started to bring it forward
Oh,
before Christmas just so people will buy the things before Christmas so that they can, whatever, increase
You
their
still have money
revenue.
after buying Christmas presents, spend it here.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Korean's in the chat here. He says Black Friday is pretty short this year. Last year on Amazon, I guess it was at least a week. But this year it's only 2 days. So.
2 days, you're sure? I saw on Steam it's 24th to 30th.
Well, he says
Same
on
for
Amazon.
Epic.
On Amazon,
On
it's only
Amazon.
2 days. Yeah. But yeah, Steam's only what, 4 days? 6 days?
6 days.
6 days. Okay.
Six,
I was thinking it was
6 days
shorter
for
for some
them and
reason.
Epic.
All right. So yeah, happy Black Friday, everyone. Spend all that hard-earned cash that you've earned throughout the year that you still have left from
I hope you
over from Christmas
saved.
shopping. That's right.
That you aren't putting towards Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, you haven't already put towards Christmas. So do you guys have any games in particular or sales in particular you're looking forward to? I don't think the Steam sale is up yet, right? Starts tomorrow.
Steam, for me at least, it starts tomorrow on 24th, so I don't know for you if it started already, but I already checked Epic store and I saw two games which I really want, which are the actually pretty new games, which are the Far Cry 6. I'm not expecting much from this game, it's just because I'm a long time fan of Far Cry and I want to really see if it's the game too much of the series. And Kena and the Bridge of Spirit, is that it? Bridge
Bridge
of
of Spirits,
Spirits.
yeah.
This one looks extremely cool and I'm really excited about. So again, that would be game that I will certainly buy and not play until maybe next Black Friday. So.
I must have spelled it wrong here. I typed in Far Cry 6 and nothing came up on Epic.
Really? Oh, I have it here.
Let's see, Far
Epic
Cry
Canada. Far Cry 6 Standard Edition. I have it at $66 rather than $80.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I'm on the Taiwanese store, so that might be why. All right.
Yeah.
So how much off is that?
That's 17%.
17?
Not much. Not
Okay.
much, but I mean, Far Cry 6 was out when? Like a month ago, not even?
Oh, okay. We have Kindred Bridge of Spirits here. Let's see. Kindred Bridge of Spirits is off by... My internet's a little bit slow. Sorry, guys. All right. And 10% off. All right.
So question for the publishers, is that a good idea to release your game just before Black Friday and right away discount it?
I mean, a lot of games do that anyway, recently. A lot of games have done that kind of like where if you buy it pretty much like in the first week, then it'll be like 10% off and then the price goes up. I think Outriders did that.
Oh, really?
Quite a few of this.
Yeah, I think the idea there is kind of a buying in bulk kind of thing. So, for example, you know, if you go to Costco, right, you buy one potato, it
In
would
bulk.
cost you $1, but you buy 1,000 potatoes and it costs you $900, right? So buying in bulk saves. So I think what they're doing here with these sales is kind of the idea of the market is buying in bulk. So, if we release it at a normal price, it might not sell, especially when it's competing with other games that are on sale. So maybe the idea is, hey, this new game, put it on sale, and yeah, maybe we're losing a little bit of money on each individual sale, but we're just getting so many sales that we're making in the long run more money than we would have if we had released it, at least in the short term. We're making more money than we would have, and if the reviews are good, then that goodwill can kind of carry on into the future and hopefully
I
lead
think
to
that's
more
part of
sales.
that's part of the issue with it, creating the buzz. If you get like
Yeah,
offer a little bit discount 10% and get the people who are kind of like maybe on the fence about it, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll pick it up 10% discount. At least people are talking about your game, and then maybe that'll
right. Yeah,
Do you think
cascade.
yeah, and
do
then
you
and then
think
it can
could be
become like
like
a thing.
do you think maybe it could be like a safety net? They are so scared that their game are not gonna work so much. They know that there will be discount just a week after. So
That's a
they can.
that's a possibility that they might be nervous about it, but I don't think that's the case with this one because this one had some pretty good reviews.
Oh, not. I was thinking of Far Cry actually.
Oh, Far Cry. No, I think Far Cry. I don't know how well Far Cry 6 is doing, but I mean Far Cry is a pretty established franchise, so I think it's one of those things where they're like, we know it's gonna sell. It's
I think the Assassin's Creed was a bit the same, and the sales started to go down.
Well, that's because they kept
Because it was
releasing a new entry every year, and it got oversaturated.
Far Cry 6 is not that old. Huh? New Eden was
Far Cry 5, you
2
mean?
years ago. Yeah, but after 5 there was New Eden, so Far Cry 5.5.
Okay, you're new. Let's see. Let's look this up.
I
Far
played.
Do you
Cry.
think, going off that point, do you think, out of interest, it's something I always wonder, will we get to the stage where we have another crash like we had in 1983, where the video game market becomes so oversaturated with all these games coming out that we're just going to hit a stage where these developers just en masse start to lose money?
I don't think so, because in 1983 that was Atari who made a lot of super crappy games. The technology was not there, and the games were really
There's a lot
shit.
of crappy games
So
being made now, though.
of course, but people are buying them. At the time, it was a new technology. Video games were sold in the US. I recall it was not sold as video games. It was sold as toys, for the kids, not video games, because it was brand new market. It was very uncertain. Now it's a very established market 30, 40 years after. So it's all right. At worst, they're gonna lose a few players, but after COVID, how many people convert to video games during COVID? Being stuck at home.
Yeah,
I always think they keep coming out with these like big, big games where you're talking about, Final Fantasy, where you've got these people who maybe will be playing Final Fantasy for the year. When I was playing Final Fantasy, I knew guys on there and they were playing it like 14 hours a day, every day, and that was the game that they were playing. That
Oh
was
my god.
basically their life. And you have a whole lot of variety of these games. I'm sure there's plenty. World of Warcraft has the same, and those really in-depth games, which surely there hits a point if these games manage to hold some parts of their player base where there's diminishing amounts of players to go around. No,
I mean
or
that's
not?
that's the whole thing with live service now. That's the whole idea of live service is to keep people in your game and not give them enough time to move on and play other things. So that's the whole philosophy of live service right there. But yeah, I don't know if we'll have another crash because we do have an indie scene now that didn't exist back then, right? You didn't have these indie
True.
developers and stuff like that, which we have now. So you're definitely going to have something around, even if it's smaller devs. But this is something that's always kind of concerned me with game streaming or things like, Game Pass or something like that, where you're offering it super cheap. And if you're offering Game Pass for, say, the price of two games, if unless people are playing only two games a year, they're saving money, but that means they're spending less money, which means that there's less money in the pool to distribute among developers. What was it? Outriders, the developers, People Can Fly, have said I don't remember how long back it was, but the game had been out for a while, and they were saying we still haven't seen any money from Game Pass. You know, we released it for free on there, and we haven't made any profit off of it from that. So apparently that deal was not made, or somehow it was more involved with Square Enix and less involved with People Can Fly. And so Square Enix was maybe getting the benefits of that deal, the publisher, but the developers weren't getting the benefits of those deals. And so, yeah, I could definitely see, like, especially if we start getting into more of these, you know, because right now we have what? We have NVIDIA. We have, technically, Stadia is supposed to do it, but who knows what's going on with that. Amazon's supposed to come out with Luna at some point. You know, we have Game Pass. There's PS Now. You know, so I'm kind of worried that we're going to go into this kind of Netflix thing where Game Pass is like Netflix, where it's the original. And then eventually publishers are saying, we're not making as much money off of this. And so they're going to start moving into, like, for instance, Peacock was like, okay, we're not going to put The Office on Netflix anymore. We're going to put it on our own streaming service. Or Disney saying, we're going to pull all of our content off of these other services and just open a Disney service. And so I kind of worry that we're going to go in that direction where we're going to get streaming for a while, and then it's not going to be very profitable. So you might see some people struggling, and then it's going to go the opposite direction where everyone's going to have their own streaming services, and we're going to end up going to be very costly. That's my worry.
Or potentially more benefit. The flip side of that is saying, you know, if you went and got a Disney Plus subscription, you really like Disney movies or superhero movies, then that was the things that you probably wanted to watch. The same if you said Square Enix did it and said, right, okay, Square Enix Pass, you can get all the Square Enix games. If you really love Square Enix stuff and Final Fantasy series and all those sorts of stuff, then, you know, you're going to be really, really sorted. So
right, but then you're locked in a box. Like right now, we have Amazon, HBO, Disney, and Netflix. So we have 4 streaming services at this house. So I mean, are we really paying less than we were for cable? Really?
No.
No, we're not. But to see all the shows we want to see.
How many people are paying for 4? How many people are paying 4 subscriptions?
I would think most people are paying for.
How many do you pay, Antoine?
I have Netflix for myself and Disney Plus for my kids. And Disney Plus is on and off because sometimes my little girl wants to see princess movies for a month and then nothing for 6. So sometimes I get a month after I stop. So Netflix is the only one I keep on a regular basis.
And there's also
I was
Hulu,
Amazon. I used to be
iPhone.
Amazon and Disney, but I got my Disney like free, half price or something because of my phone. And then I just watched all the superhero movies and all of the series, and then I just canceled them both, and now I'm on Netflix. So I don't know. I think if you were doing those sorts of gaming subscription services, would you really be signed up to like 4 or 5 of them? I don't know.
No.
Would you need to be? I think you'd probably just pick one, wouldn't you? You'd probably pick the one that you play the most of, and then maybe just buy the games for other sort of things.
Yes, because at the same time as all this platform, you have YouTube, who, you know, you can just pay for one movie and that's it. You know, there might be some other platform who just pay just for this one game, and you don't need to subscribe for the whole stuff.
Yeah.